Right. Hey guys, it's Kara here, or as a lot of you guys know me here on YouTube as Saiyana Brief. I'm also on Twitter at Saiyana Brief. My phone just chirped. So this one, I'm gonna have to time it a little bit. I was gonna do live from my phone, but apparently I can't do that via my phone because channel requirements or whatever. But so I've kind of wanted to do this video for a little bit of time. That's also kind of why I didn't like make this known beforehand, because I'm basically recording this as a live video, so that way I can post this on my Facebook later on as well as my Twitter. Um, so it's sort of a little bit of an update as well as Happy Wren-Dependence Day, which I'll get into that a little later. So a little bit with the update first. Yeah, things are still crazy. Well, one, my hair looks like this because I got out of the shower a little bit ago. That's why I keep playing with my hair and stuff too, because I need to brush it like a couple more times. But yeah, so my slight update. So once again, things changed with the job I'm supposed to be getting. They wanted me as like the highest paying position that they basically have offered. Like basically I would be right below a manager. Like I'd have store keys and I'd open and I'd close and I'd have a lot of manager position responsibilities, but I wouldn't actually be the manager. Like I could still pass off troublesome customers and stuff. So that was kind of nice. Like I'd have minions, but I'd still slightly be a minion as well. And that was gonna be having me at like 1375. I'm like, oh my god, I can afford things. And then I had to rush through the assessment thing, which actually those things apparently actually make differences for jobs because I didn't score high enough on that to get that position. So the guy was going to put me in the pharmacy. Well, like I accepted that job. We get stuff moving on that. I had to approve a background check and all of this stuff and get things signed up for drug testing because apparently in order to sell drugs, you have to be drug free. Um, and then I'm waiting to get this link. I didn't get it on Monday, so I called them on Tuesday and I just got the link. Actually, I was gonna wait and call on Tuesday a little bit later, but then I got this link and I'm like, this is all for like the lowest paying position, like exactly what I do or less than what I currently do at my current job. And so I called about it and he's like, yeah, we're actually gonna put you as what's called a heavy hitter, which you will be making more than what this currently says, but in order to get you in the system, we have to hire you under this other position and then we'll change it. So now instead of making 1375 or making 1350, I'm making 1150. $2 an hour? Yeah, you don't think that's a big of a difference? Oh hell yes, it is. It's like hundreds of dollars a month. So now I can't afford an apartment at $550 a month because I'll be in the red just between utilities, paying off my personal bill. Well, I budgeted $150 for utilities. So anybody in the Freeport area, if you guys can let me know about like internet cost and water costs, because I know a lot of places in Freeport you have to pay for water and sewer garbage. And I haven't done that since I lived there like 9 years ago. So I don't know how much that stuff costs. Like I haven't had to pay for water in that long. That's the only place I've ever had to pay water, and I haven't had to do it in like almost a decade. So I have no idea how much that cost is now. But my 150 budgeted for utilities is also, of course, including internet, which my internet right now, which with not having a roommate, I can probably downgrade. I probably never needed as high of a rating of internet as I had in the first place. I got stuff that was supposed to be able to let you stream on several different electronic devices and things at one time and all this other stuff because my roommate I thought was taking college classes yet and would need internet for that. And then, for me for live streaming and streaming in general and watching TV and stuff. So I might be able to take it down a grade, but yeah, my Comcast Xfinity, whatever it's called, is like $63. It was $62 when we signed up, which splitting that in half wasn't too bad. But then of course they raised the modem rental $1, which I'm figuring that's going to happen again this year. So yeah, it's like $63, in total. And I'm like, that's like half of the 150 I'm budget. Actually, it's kind of about the half of the 150 that I'm budgeting for utilities. So I have to pay gas, water, and electric as well. I might not be able to do that. And of course, I'm trying to budget high for everything, so which is sad when $100 for a food budget for a month is high, but it is. So yeah, now like I said, with what I've budgeted and what I figured I'd make, and not rely like I'm staying at my Michael's store. I'm gonna go down to a lot lower of shifts though. Like I will hopefully work like one day a week, but get like 8 hours. That would be like super duper awesome. I have a feeling it's not gonna happen, but that'd be super duper awesome. Or I'll be working like 12+ hour days, including about an hour and a half drive. So yay, because I can't afford anything in Rockford. That's the crappy thing. There's actually another Walgreens that wants to interview me for pharmacy. And I haven't called them back because I'm sort of like debating, okay, I've technically taken a job somewhere else. Would that make me a horrible person if like we have everything rolling on the one job and I'm like, hey, I actually got a better offer from another store, so I'm going to take that. But I can't afford anything in Rockford by myself. Or if I can, it's in a neighborhood that I don't want to live in. And I'm sorry too, but like if I'm paying over $500 to live in a small, crappy one bedroom in a really bad part of town, or even a studio, and I can get like a 2-bedroom for the same price in a nice area in Freeport, I would rather do that. I mean, hello, who wouldn't? Which is really weird because like I keep having people tag me this exact same post about a studio apartment for rent in Rockford, and like it's not like the pictures don't make it look nice. It looks dirty. It looks gross. Like the shower stall looks like it's nothing but rust. I mean, it looks like it's rust, like legit. It looks disgusting. And it's $450. It does include your utilities, which is really, really nice. But I'm like, I could get something nicer for not a whole lot more than that. Granted, I still have to pay the utilities, but it's just I also have to fit in the apartment. Because if I take this studio apartment, I'm most likely going to have to get a storage unit just because I'm not going to be able to afford. I'm not going to be able to keep my base. I probably won't be able to have all my furniture with me for one thing. And again, I hate to get rid of stuff that I got for like next to nothing and have to rebuy it at much higher prices because again, my futon frame was $100 regular price when I bought that like 11 years ago. I got it on sale for like 40 or 60 or something. And I used gift cards too. Now you can't even find futon frames on sale for $100. So yeah, I like don't want to have to get rid of my stuff to get my stuff. And a lot of my stuff too, like my bigger furniture pieces and stuff. My bed was free. So that was super awesome. Thanks again, Athena. But like my table and chair set, or my lamps back here. I bought this with money from the first time I graduated from college. Like all my money I got from the first time I graduated from college all went to supply my apartment. So yeah, that's fun. I have to cut down my apartment budget. And of course, too, the one place I've contacted about apartments because they were more in my price range to start with. They're like, oh yeah, all the prices on our website they're like a couple years outdated. I'm like, oh, that's wonderful. Which actually, I'll be truthful, it's not too bad. The few places she told me about that are currently open or coming open next month actually are about the same price that was listed online. So that's pretty cool. It's just it's the higher part of my price range, which makes me really, really nervous. I mean, I'm hoping, to get a couple $100 back for the deposit here. I'm trying to get money back from KamehamehaCon. So like it's like, hey, I can either have this VIP pass or you guys could refund me so I don't end up being homeless. And they are not replying to anything. And I think they're kind of being assholes about it. Cause like it's like if I don't have a place to live, I'm not coming to Texas for a convention. It's just kind of like duh. So the fact that they're not even answering me is what's really pissing me off. It's like they could be like, well, sorry, we're going to be assholes and not refund you when you really, really need this money. But, to not even reply to anything is really crap. I've been questioning if my messenger isn't working right because there's been a couple other people too that I sent messages to. And I literally had to like tag them in outside sources for them to like check this message. I'm like, we're friends on Facebook. We've talked on Facebook. Why are you not getting this message? And same thing too. Usually KamehamehaCon, like they reply within like a couple hours and it's been like a week and I've even sent an email to their actual email address and I'm still not hearing anything. So yeah, it's not really cool. This convention is totally killing itself because they're really screwing people over and just not being nice and things. So yeah. Oh, and speaking of that though, I am still applying for the Funimation job. I'm actually probably going to put that application in tomorrow or Friday. I've heard back from 3 of the people that I've asked, 3 of the 4 that I've asked for being references, like more kind of people linked into the Dragon Ball anime world, Funimation, whatever. And only one said no so far. And I'm still not really quite, I mean, I totally get it. They have the right to say no, but her reason for saying no was that she doesn't really have any say in the job that I'm applying for, really anything. Like she just goes and records and that's all that she does. But it's like, you still have connections there and you still know me. So it's kind of, I'm asking some people who know me better and have the connections and things and stuff because they know me. They can actually give, some decent reference and stuff. So, but at least I've got 2 yeses. So that's pretty cool. So if I only have 2 references, and I might still put down like some people locally and employment people, because one of my coworkers, she's like, oh, if you need a reference, I'll be your reference. And I'm like, cool, you're not really going to help me out with getting this job, but you can at least tell them that I'm a good person and a hard worker and all that good stuff. So I might still end up with 5 references. It's just only 2 are going to be like really super helpful. I don't want to say the other ones won't, but you know what I mean? Like, it's good to have your reference be like somebody who can connect you with the place a little bit more. Where, I mean, most of my, I've been writing forever, but most of my, like the coworker that offered is my coworker from Michael's, so she knows me in the retail world and she knows me personally and stuff, but she doesn't know. I mean, I'll still send her my writing. I'll still do that. I don't know if she's going to care to read a whole lot of Dragon Ball stuff, but hopefully Josh and Danny do, because they're going to get it. Yes. I mean, I want them to legit be able to justify my writing. So yeah, that's all things and stuff and concern. And I have no idea how I'm paying for a deposit. So there's still a chance I might be living out of my car for November, because nobody has, for all the times I've posted online about people like asking if anybody knew people looking for roommates, people looking to just rent out a room, people to let me stay with them. I've gotten like no. I've had a few friends who have offered like I could stay on their couch. One was for a limited amount of time. So I might be doing that at least. Like, I'll have like hopefully a place to sleep that's not my car, because I also have to bathe and stuff. But yeah, and of course, then having to put all my crap in a storage unit doesn't help, because storage units are like $100. And if I'm putting everything in there, I may even have to get a bigger one than that. And then I'd be like moving my stuff into an apartment in like December or January. So it's just like, even when I get good news, I'm still screwed. Like, I don't get how anybody in the world makes it. Like, truthfully, I don't. I will be working 2 jobs, one at full-time hours, probably pulling down about 40 hours a week between the 2 jobs at least. Both jobs making more than minimum wage, and moving to a lower housing, price area, whether it's buying houses or renting houses, they cost less in Freeport area than they do here in Rockford. And I'm still going to be living paycheck to paycheck. It's like, what the actual fuck, Like, I'm sorry, I don't want to swear on these things, but it's just, it's insanity. How does anybody do more than get by? Like, I'm not going to be, I mean, I will literally be living paycheck to paycheck. This is not me building any savings or buying toilet paper or, anything extra than $100 for food and that stuff a month, 150 utilities, all my personal bills, my car insurance, my car. I'm not even budgeting for gas for my car, actually, because I have a charge thingy I can put that on, and then my dad can pay for it. I mean, if I'm living and working in Freeport, I'm not going to be using that much gas every week. So I'll basically be like the gas to come into. I'll have to get gas like maybe twice a week, because I'll be doing the Rockford runs, depending how much I'm still working in Rockford. But yeah, yay. So I'm still going to be flat ass broke, and I have no idea how the hell I'm going to save up any money for Texas. But I do have a new writing. Totally one different things. I do have a new writing platform thing. It's I have to keep forgetting what it's called, because I feel like it's a really weird name. The one lady emailed back, because I hate it. This one place that will work perfectly in Freeport is just slightly above my budget. And the fact that it's only I think it's electric heat, but it's a townhouse. So exactly what I live in now. So like 2 bedrooms, 1.5 bathrooms. I think it's smaller though, but there's a basement. So I'm like, oh my God, my electric bill is going to be killer in the winter, because it's going to be, it's all that. But at the same time, it's one less bill that I have to worry about. So I'm kind of hoping they'll balance out. But you also have to pay for water and sewer there. So I'm not sure how much that costs. I just found another. I got bit to hell the other night. It is crazy. It's September. Oh, last night, actually. Today's Wednesday. Yeah, last night. And it was cool out. Like, I debated actually wearing my skirt to practice, because it was cooler out. Like, it was like in the 60s. And like tons of us, like, I have bug bites on my forehead here. I have them on my chin. I think I have some on the top of my head, because my head was really itchy. I have them all over my legs. Like, I should have worn pants. Yeah, it's Wattpad or Wattpad. I guess it's Watt. I don't know. WATTPAD. So on there, I am once again going by Saiyana Brief. I do have my actual name on the page. So, and I will say too, people, if you follow me on Twitter, and especially if I don't follow you back on Twitter and we've never met in person, please don't send me friend requests on Facebook, because I mean, some of you, well, most of you, if I consider you a friend, we follow each other. So it's just Facebook and Twitter are a little separate for me. Like, Facebook is more my personal life and stuff. I'm very open about things on Twitter. I post a lot of my personal life on Twitter, but not everything. Like, I'm trying not to put my niece's names on there and too many obvious pictures of them and stuff like that. So, Twitter is more my nerdiness and all of that. So I'm trying to keep the worlds a little separate. So, because if you do check out this Wattpad, whatever it's called, and check out my writing for free, like I said, I have my full name on there. But again, that doesn't mean, hey, send me a friend request, because I have over 600 friends on Facebook, and I do know most of them in person. There's like maybe 3 that I don't, because I've been in Belgrade for like 13 and a half years. So I know like hundreds of people through that. Friends from high school, family, things like that. I'm trying to keep those numbers actually decently down. So that's also one reason too why I'm trying to keep Twitter and Facebook decently separate. But there's some crossover. I got a good probably for people that I follow and follow me back and are also friends on Facebook, I'm probably up to like at least 5 now, maybe a little bit more. For people that I didn't know in person prior to joining Twitter a little over a year ago. Because I have like at least 5 of those now. Sorry, I forgot about Jess. Oh my God, like my first Facebook follower. Or Twitter follower, whatever all these words are. Shoot, this is going to be longer than I wanted. I'm my bug bite again. I'm like bathing and rubbing alcohol because that's the only thing I have for bug bites. I have shorts on, just in case anybody's wondering. I have like basketball shorts on. You just can't see them. I got my cool Zelda shirt too. Yay. From Box Lunch. Yeah. Oh, this really itches. I'm rubbing alcohol's in the other room too, so I can't even get it and put it on real quick. Well, I can, but you guys are gonna have like just stare at my wall for a few minutes, so I'm not gonna do that. So that's kind of it for the updates. I'm still sort of like, nah. I mean, once I get some things paid off, I'll have money. I'll have extra money, but I don't know how I'm getting all that paid off because I don't even know how I'm going to be paying deposit for my next place, which sucks. Because like I have 7 hours at Michael's next week. Of course, like I asked for 2 days off to go to Oktoberfest to see friends that I haven't seen in years, to go camping. Well, not years, but maybe some of them for years, but probably in a good year plus. I haven't been to a multi-day Bell event for multiple days and since getting last year, so over a year. I'm probably not going to get to Spring Wars, who knows if ever again. And yeah, I get 7 hours. One of my coworkers is working more hours on Sunday than I have all of next week. So yeah. And also too, talking with a dude for Walgreens, I might be lucky to get started the first full week of October. It might not even be until the second full week of October, which gives me like 2.5 weeks worth of a paycheck, depending on when the hell I'm even getting paid, to pay for my next place. And of course, I'm not going to have any refund money from deposit from here, if we even get any, but hopefully we do. Because like they didn't paint before we moved in. It's very obvious they did not paint. I mean, there's like areas where you could tell that they patched a hole or a nail hole or something in the wall. There's the stuff over it, and it's a different shade of white than the wall. And I have, I don't know if you can see. There's a lot of little nail holes behind me. Holy crap! But like right here, I don't know if you can see it. You can't really see it on the camera, but this is crayon or something. I tried to wipe it off. I had a bunch of marker on the wall actually over there that I wiped off. But, there's crayon marks and things. So it's like they definitely did not paint between people. Definitely did not. So there's some minor things like that. But, usually you usually get raped on your deposit. And I'm still expecting that to happen here too. Because unfortunately, the property manager is not in charge of that. The landlord is. And the landlord's not the nicest person in the world. I haven't met her. But I mean, she wasn't being yeah, just not. I've been told by other people that live here too that she's not that nice. So anyways, we're like 20 minutes into this, so let's get into the main thing. So again, happy Wren-Dependence Day, everybody. What the hell am I talking about? Okay, so 4 years ago today, as a lot of you guys know, I somehow ended up in a relationship. I'm not defining if it was dating or friendship or whatever, but I had been friends with this person for, at this point in time, by 4 years ago, like a decade, probably. We met in like our late teens, early 20s. I'm going more of like the early 20s. The first one of his parties I went to, I think, was the year that I had turned 21. I mean, same age as me, but like we were able to legally drink at this Halloween party, which is also when I met actually a lot of my friends that I'm still friends with, like Doofy and John. And first time meeting John was definitely interesting. Anyways, like literally funny, interesting. Uh, so yeah, we had been friends for a very, very long time and stuff. And just somewhere along the line, because I mean, whether you are dating somebody, you're friends with somebody, they're your parent, they're your cousin, they're your kid, they're your coworker, you have a relationship with them. The term relationship is very broad in general. And I use that a lot in broad general terms. So yes, I had this relationship with this person, and somewhere along the lines, it just became incredibly toxic, incredibly bad. It turned into emotional and mental abuse basically. Like my mind was so messed up because of how this person treated me and everything. And like I'm trying to keep this kind of short, basic, and simple because some of you who watch this may know who I'm talking about. And I don't want to bash them because truthfully, I don't think they're a bad person. Like I'm still friends with the family and like knowing the family, knowing other siblings, knowing the parents, and even knowing this person for all these years before like all the bad stuff started happening, it still is hard for me to believe that like all the bad stuff happened, that there's like this other dark side of them that most of the world doesn't know. So I'm not saying like they do this to everybody. I'm not saying they're treat women horribly or womanize or anything like that because I really don't know. I'm not saying yes and I'm not saying no, but just somewhere along the line, shit just happened. And again, I don't even think they intentionally made for it to happen either, because I've never gotten a actual apology. Like, I'm sorry for this, but we still talk from time to time. We are like at least mutual acquaintances who do get along for the sake of our mutual friends and family, or well, friends that is his family. Because we have a lot of them. We have a heck of a lot of them. I mean, my Rockford mom is his mother. So yeah, and she made it very clear that she was not going to ditch me. She was not actually a couple of text messages, which I wish I still had from my old phone because they were awesome. It's like, oh my God, I think if she's taking a side, I think she's taking mine. Like neither of us ever asked anybody to take a side, but some friends did. I had some people who decided that they weren't going to be friends with me anymore because they were friends with him. So yeah. Um, but apparently they weren't really ever kind of looking back on it too, though, like after it happened. I'm like, some of these people, I'm like, yeah, they kind of used me in crap too. So, or misled me and lied, and they weren't really friends. So the true one stood by me, and thanks for doing that, guys, because you are awesome. Because a lot of you guys have been there through a lot of stuff with me. You've seen me at my worst, and now I mean, I'm not at my best. I'm still going, but I'm a lot better off than I was. And it's really weird because like well, one reason why I remember the date of the break happening, the breakup, the ending, whatever you want to call it, is it's the day before my grandma's birthday. So that's one reason why. Like I literally remember like I was having this horrible, awful day. And the weird thing was I was like texting them throughout the day too, because like, oh, my day's just horrible and oh, it just got worse. And because I was just having this really, really bad day. So I was like reaching out to my closest friend about it, like people do. And my internet had been out. So like I was going to go down to the Quad City. So I'll drive like a good couple hours to this hot air balloon festival. Because although I'm terrified of the idea of getting in an airplane and flying, I like hot air balloons. It's really weird. I think it's like the steampunk part of me and stuff. But I like hot air balloons. So I thought going to this festival would be really, really cool. And like I had no internet, so I couldn't look up directions. I didn't have a smartphone yet. 'Cause I've only had my smartphone for actually it'll be 3 years coming up here pretty soon. But I didn't have a smartphone yet. My internet wasn't working to even look up directions. So I had to drive to my sister's house to get the directions and stuff. And I pop on there and I have an instant message from this person that I had been texting with all day. And it's just kind of like, hey, I hate to do this, but like I can't have anything to do with you anymore. Like I'm leaving. I think that was actually the term they used. I'm leaving, just because there sort of was like, if you read between the lines and stuff, it's like I feel like there sort of was kind of an apology, but not really. And still having them say I'm sorry would still be nice. Like 4 years later, I would still love to hear that I'm sorry, because it would just be nice to know that they truly are. Um, but it was kind of just like a, hey, like I'm in this relationship now, and because I'm in this relationship that I've lied to you about for like the year that it's been almost going on, like we can't be friends anymore and I can't have you in my life anymore. And it was a very odd message. I'm totally paraphrasing because I can't actually remember what it all exactly said anymore. I could go through instant messenger and find it, but dear God, I don't want to do that. Because again, it was 4 years ago, and we've maybe talked on Messenger since. I don't think we actually have talked to Messenger from them because they ended up like blocking me on Facebook too, actually, until just a few months ago. Because I actually, I'm trying to think of a way to say this without like it becoming very obvious of who the person is to people who don't know who the person is. But they had a pretty big life event happen at an event that involved a bunch of friends and stuff a few months ago. And I went to that event for the day, and not just because of this one thing going on, but like I wanted to see my friends. That's why I wanted to go. I had gone to this event every single year since I started going to it. It was my 10th one in a row. I wanted to go. So I caught a ride with somebody who was day tripping because of this thing happening with the other person. But so it was like I was still there, and it is, oh, I hate this because I don't know how to say this. It's part of like my what I do within a group, a community that I'm part of. I like document everything. So I was at part of it to document, to take pictures and video and things and stuff, because that's what I do. I'm like a video photographer person for this specific group of people and what we do and stuff. So like I did that, and it's like, hey, if you want to, like, I didn't even know if he had unblocked me, but I've been seeing him pop up here and there, so I do know that officially I have been unblocked now. It's like, if you want to see these pictures, you're kind of gonna have to unblock me because I am not emailing you all of them. But we do talk from time to time via email. And actually, last year when I was moving, it was weird because there was one day like the weather was great, and I'm like, dude, stop replying to text messages, stop sending me text messages because I need to do things. So like, and we ended up talking too at that thing before I left. We ended up talking for a little bit. So I guess it's just kind of, I don't know, like Wren-Dependence Day, as you can tell. Well, one thing is, and my nickname in Bell is Wren, and I liked the idea of independence, Wren-Dependence, because I see today as, like I said, 4 years ago, today is when I got that message that just made like my world fall apart. But at the same time, making my world fall apart and this person leaving actually was really, really good because, shoot, I think my potatoes are boiling downstairs. It takes like 30 minutes for them to boil, and I've been upstairs this video is almost 30 minutes long. So, but basically, like, everything got so bad, like, and I don't even know how things got so bad with a relationship or how I even got this mindset, but like somehow, because like they were the only person who ever wanted to hang out with me, and somehow it got actually to my mindset that like I couldn't hang out with anybody else because nobody else would ever want to hang out with me. And it's sort of weird too because like I had this like years into things, years before the like official break, fallout, whatever happened. I had this guy, a different person, this guy that liked me, and like I had talked to this person about it. It's kind of like, yeah, they keep like asking me to go to bars and stuff. That's totally not what I like to do. And I noticed the two of them talking one time, and then literally like later on that night or possibly the next day, I got a message from that person being like, oh, hey, I'm sorry if I've been like coming on too strong or making you feel uncomfortable and things like that, and I'll back off. And like that was it. He didn't like pursue me for dating anything anymore. I'm like, this is kind of weird that he talked to him. Like, I'm kind of curious what that conversation was, because it's just like maybe it's just a, hey, you're kind of wigging her out, back off, or hey, like, this is mine kind of thing. I don't know. But I always thought that was weird. But yeah, like them leaving and stuff at that time seemed like the worst thing ever. But at the same time, it actually ended up being like really good because like we would have both been stuck in this toxic relationship for who knows how long if he would have not put an end to it and left. And like the complete break actually was what was needed. And like it hurt like hell at the time because like I had just lost my best friend, the person I trusted more than anything in the world. But I didn't realize how bad things were until it was over and done with and it got out of it. Like I sort of went to therapy. Like I didn't actually like go to a paid therapist, but like I have friends with psychology degrees, friends who see therapy. I used to go to therapy regularly. So like just knowing things, looking up things, researching things, talking with people and whatnot. I guess you could say I fixed myself. Like I have this awesome group of local friends that I hang out with now who are very accepting and welcoming, and they're just like the greatest people ever. They're my Rockford family. I just went from this really bad, dark place to like, even with all this shit that's gone on in the past year and a half, especially the past year, especially this summer, because this summer was evil, guys. I mean, if you've kept up with things, this summer that was evil. My funding post 4th of July, my funding fell through for moving to Texas. Spooky did whatever the weirdness happened to make her leg go weird happened. Um, thinking I was losing her, thinking I wasn't going to lose her, and then my dad got her put down like a week later after I'm like, oh, she's going to be around for a while. No, still don't agree with that. Still not talking with my dad. I'm just kind of avoiding because I'm like said, I think I said a previous thing. She got put down on, and like his message says, it's like Spooky was laid to rest at. He doesn't actually say that the vet or got put to sleep, but it happened on a Sunday. She did not pass on her own, and it was a Sunday. The vets aren't open on Sunday, so unless my dad had some reason for the vet to come on Sunday, I am very terrified that my dad put my cat down himself, and I don't know how the hell you could do that to an animal, to anything that you've had in your life for almost 2 solid decades that you've raised since a baby. I mean, she had blue eyes. We bottle fed her. We raised her from about a month or so old. So how the crap you could do whatever you do to take them out, that's heartless, that's cold, and that may cause me to disown my father. And I just got an instant message, so that was weird. Talk about timing. But anyways, for going back to the Wren-Dependence Day, like I call it that again because my nickname in Bellegarth is Wren, or my name in Bellegarth is Wren. It's sort of a nickname, but that's what most people know me by. So it's like a name, but it's a nickname, or even a Daggy here. And of course, it's the day that like I started. I just want another bug bite or two. Basically, I got my life back. I started becoming more of a human again. Like it started earlier because we had a really, really bad point around the new year of 4 years ago was 2015. I'm going to turn down the volume here. So 2015, yes, was 2015. Everything's making noise. So yeah, like the start of 2015. I just buried my phone. The start of 2015 was really bad, really rocky. That's when my anxiety was so bad that like going to work was giving me panic attacks, like having to go out and do anything social. Having to leave my apartment basically gave me panic attacks because of just stuff this person had done. And so, like I said, yeah, them actually walking out ended up being like the best thing ever. We both have really good lives now. He, as I hope, is in a very good relationship. They've been together for like 4 years now, maybe even longer, actually. Like I said, I was lied to and misled to not believe that he was dating somebody for like the first year that they were together. It's like, what the crap? What? That was really weird. I still to this day don't understand the point of it. And yep, I got another bite. I'm still covered in bug bites. But yeah, like I said, we both have really. I'm on my way to a really good life. Like I'm better off. I'm happier. I'm a much happier person than I used to be. I am like fiercely independent. Like I hate the fact that I'm going to have to ask people to help me move here soon. I've hated having to ask people for places to stay and that. Like all this help I've been asking for, I hate doing it. I hate it. I want to be able to do everything on my own. I want to be able to support myself completely financially. I want to be as like 100% independent as I can be. Like I hate having to ask for help, and it sucks when I mean, like if I'm like asking somebody for advice or like, hey, when did this food product expired a few months ago? Is it really bad yet? Because my taste buds don't sense that stuff for some weird reason. It's like I don't mind, or like the references for the job, that kind of thing. I don't mind asking for help for, but like I don't know, like physical labor stuff, I want to be able to do it on my own, even though sometimes I can't because of my, my nerve issue and my physical health limitations, which I also hate having those. So it's sort of weird, but I am who I am today because this person walked away basically. And I mean, it took a lot of work. Yes. I love how it says I got somebody watching this, and I hope it's not me the entire time because it's been cool. Whoever you are, if you've been watching this entire time, you're awesome. But yeah, so that's why I call it my Wren-Dependence Day, because it's like the day that I got my independence back. I got my life back. Or started to, I should say. And yeah, it's crazy that it's been 4 years because like I'm thinking about it's like it's been 4 years. 4 years ago, we were having nothing to do with each other anymore. And now, like I said, we're talking occasionally. We're getting along. I mean, this is the person who probably hurt me. I don't know if it's them or my grandparents, because my grandparents taking back the car was a major. I mean, I lost almost $800. That would be super awesome to have right now. If I had that much, plus the money back from my CommandCon ticket, that would be like my deposit, my first month rent for a new apartment right there, pretty much. Or would need like maybe $100 more. So it'd be so awesome to have that money right now. Yeah. I'm finding so many more bites on my hand. I didn't even see all these bugs last night. So the fact that I got all these bites is ridiculous. So yeah, I kind of feel like that's the thing. So it's just, I don't know. I guess, I don't know if there's a message with this or what, but I guess maybe if there is like a positive message thing to come out of this, it's kind of the whole like, I don't know if it's not giving up on people, or sometimes, you need to give up on people in relationships. Cause I have a friend too that he didn't want to end things with his on and off again, like fiance girlfriend person. Like they were always together, but sometimes they were engaged and then they were just dating, I think. But he didn't want to like officially end things with her because they had been together for like 7 years and he didn't want to have to like have wasted all that time and have to restart. And they finally did 100% put an end to everything. Like they're not a dating couple anymore. He's actually dating somebody else. And he's so much happier and his life is so much better. And I'm like, finally, yes, because like he just kept holding on to something that he needed to let go of. So, and the thing I think is kind of weird too is because, we did, this other person we did end our relationship. We had nothing to do with each other for a while. And yet, now, dang it, I just found another one. I just found another one. Oh my God. Um, and it's like now, we can talk, we can hold a conversation, we can help each other. It's still usually me like, hey, question about this project thing that I know that you do, or hey, you've done this life thing that I'm looking at, like he's moved out of this state a few times, well, to different states. He's done long distance moving, so I had like questions about that and applying for jobs, long distance wise and stuff like that. And he's answered and he's been helpful and whatnot. So, I mean, he doesn't have to do any of that, and he does, and it's kind of nice and it's kind of helpful. He doesn't reply to text messages for some reason. I'm like, I've sent him like 2 in the past 8 months, and I haven't got a reply because one was literally like, hey, I just needed a yes or no to this question really quick. I was doubting, one of them was I was doubting myself and my writing ability, and I couldn't remember if he had ever read any of my writing or not, so I wanted to ask him, and I never got a reply to that. So I don't know what's up with that, but overall, yeah, like I said, it's weird because we get along. And I did actually send an email to him like a year, maybe 2 ago, like, hey, can we get along for the sake of our mutual friends? Because we have a lot of them. And it sucks that like people are thinking, hey, if I invite this one, I shouldn't maybe invite this person because they don't get along anymore. The weird thing is too, is I have some people that don't realize that he and I don't hang out anymore and we aren't like real friends anymore and stuff like that. And it's like, it's been years and you don't realize this. Like they knew that we were super close and they didn't realize that we're not anymore. And I thought that was kind of weird. But so yeah, I'm hoping a lot of friends haven't done the whole like, hey, if we invite the one, we can't invite the other. Because like I was very much expecting him to be at a mutual friend's wedding a few years ago and he wasn't. And I'm not even sure if he got invited, which is kind of cool if I got invited and he didn't. It makes me feel kind of a little special. But like I hope the friends didn't do that because of that. So but yeah, so like I said, 4 years ago today kind of started as one of the really probably the worst days I had in all of 2015, but yet it's led to like I don't know if I'd be writing again. I probably wouldn't be back. I was into anime because of this. Well, I got into some more animes because of this person, but like life is just better. Like I said, I mean my financial situation still sucks, but life overall is better. Me, who I am as a person, is better. Like I'm a more positive person. I'm a more optimistic person. I'm looking at the brighter things. Like I was a lot of doom and gloom. I mean, I'm still in the wonderful God, this sucks. In the wonderful world of reality. I look at the glass as not being half full or half empty. I see it as both because it's half full of one thing, but it's half empty of it, and then it's half. If it's full of water, well, half of it's full of water and half of it's full of air. So half of it's empty of air and half of it, well, there's still air and water, but half of it, if this had liquid in it, this half would have liquid, this half would have air. So technically it's full of 2 different things, but it's not full of, just liquid, if that makes sense. I don't know. I suck at explaining these things. But yeah, like our lives are completely different than they were 4 years ago. And you could say it's a time change thing, but I think part of it is because, we broke free of each other. We got out of this toxic relationship and things are better for both of us because of it. So like I said, I guess if I have to say like there's like a lesson or some point to this, like life advice sort of thing, is sometimes you need to let go of things. You definitely can't hold on to things too tightly because sometimes they will die. And sometimes, like I said, letting go is the best. And truthfully, if you let go of something and it comes back, even if it's just as, a casual acquaintance that you possibly maybe talk to every once in a blue moon, you know, apparently you're still meant to be in each other's lives a little bit. So, because that's what I think is really cool too. And mind blowing sometimes because of like all the shit. I mean, we went through a lot of life together in general, in the entire time that we've known each other. And even, I mean, there's been a lot of life that's happened in the past 4 years for both of us that neither person has been completely involved in for the other person. But I mean, his mom doesn't even really tell me how he's doing very often, which is fine because I honestly, like, I'm glad he's doing well. I like to know that, but like, I really don't need to know what's going on in his life day to day, and he doesn't need to know what's going on in my life day to day. But it is nice, like I said, to be able to know that he's doing well and get along with, for our mutual friends and stuff like that. So, and not have things be weird and awkward. So I guess it's like, you can go through terrible, horrible things with people and still have them in your life down the road, I guess, too. Like, I'm not going to say do that. Don't plan on that. I mean, there's some people that no. You should have nothing to do with them after they do horrible things. But, it's just, I don't know. I guess what's meant to be is meant to be, sort of a thing. I'm not a huge person in believing in fate, but sometimes it's just how roads seem to go. It's just like this is like this was meant to happen. So yeah, this is getting close to 40. This is over 40 minutes. So I'm going to stop yammering, but that's pretty much, and get more stuff. I stop itching myself and get my dinner going here. Lunch, whatever you want to call it. Dinner. Let's call it dinner because it's in between. I was going to do my drug testing today, and then I totally forgot that they close at 4 and I don't work till 5:30. So I'm like, I'm going to be at work really early. So I'm going to have to leave before work tomorrow and do it because oh shit, if they close at noon. No, yeah, that'll work. I'll have to go in like right before. Plus a friend told me that they might have to watch me pee, and that's like the creepiest thing ever. It's like, no, I don't want a strange person watching me pee. They can be in the bathroom outside of the stall and listen to me pee, but I don't want them to watch me pee. It's not like I'm a dude, guys can just pull it out and pee in a cup and there you go. No, you're a girl. You're totally exposing yourself to pee, especially to pee in a cup. So yeah. Wish me luck tomorrow, everybody. So yeah, I can't really think of anything else. So of course, you guys can check out my stuff. I'm hopefully going to start being able to do some more Dragon Ball videos. I'm kind of hoping to. It's going to be tricky because of working the full-time job. And in October, I have like the 1.5-hour drive round trip to go to the job until I get to move. So yeah, but like I said, you guys can now check me out at that Wattpad thingy. It's like wattpad.com/ like I said, I'm Saiyana Brief on there. I might change it to Caribbean Writing again. I don't know. Check me out on Patreon. Pay to read my stuff on Patreon. Help me raise funds so I can, live. Patreon.com/Kara B, the letter writing. And of course, there's Just Saying on Facebook, www.facebook.com/justsaying4716. You can check out more of my Dragon Ball things. Today's not way back Wednesday. What the crap? Today's Abridged Wednesday, and it's episodes, I believe it's 38, 39, and 40 for DBZA. Sorry. So like, they find Jiro's lab, and there's it starts off right after the androids blow up Bulma's ship, and future Trunks saves baby Trunks and Bulma. And I love that whole like marriage. You're making a lot of assumptions there. It's just, there's so many good quotes in these 3 episodes. Basically, we get the little hint of Cell coming, so it's like it's like the 3 best episode groupings I think we've had for a while. So of course, then there's the 2 funny pictures. Crap, I gotta figure out who I'm doing for Friday for Fan Art Friday. Totally just realized that. I'm doing Super September, so basically we're kicking off the characters of September. So I've done Beerus, I've done Whis, I did Jocko last week, and I'm like, well, the next characters to appear are like the start of new characters, I should say, are like the start of like Universe 6, but I kind of wanted to do Universe 6 for the Tournament of Power, but really is there too many characters to fill in between that? I don't know. I might have to start going back, and I could do that one dude, Potage, but I doubt he has fan art. That's the tricky thing too, is there's new characters, but not everybody has fan art yet. So I'm kind of like, crap, maybe I should have. October, we might be revisiting Bad Guys again, just because I'm going to have to figure out some things. But yeah, so I'm still doing Just Saying, which is also going to get to be crazier to do working full time. And of course, was it Twitter and YouTube? I think I got all my things. I have my 2 writing things. I have my videos on here. We got Twitter where I'm also Saiyana Brief. I think that's it. So, anyways, we have now hit the 45-minute marker. I need to make my lunch because I have to leave for work in like 2 hours. So I can't go pee in a cup today because their hours are seriously, they're like 7 to noon and then 1 to 4. It's like really stupid hours. It is. Anyway, and I actually have to go before work anyways because I have until like quarter till 2 or 3 tomorrow before the 48 hours from receiving the email about going and getting the drug test done ends. So it's really stupid. But anyways, that's what I just want to give you guys a little update, a little bit of like what Wren-Dependence Day is, and kind of, I guess, a little bit of that, again, maybe kind of getting the point of, I mean, some people, they get out of a relationship, even if it is a bad relationship, and they're always like, oh, I'm so sad. I know I can't exist without this person. You can, and you can become a better person. Because I did. And two, like I said, you might even end up becoming friends with the person down the road. Like, just because you break up with somebody doesn't mean you can't be friends with them down the road, whether it's, the end of a friendship or a dating relationship. So life's weird. We'll just go with that. Life is very weird. And I love the quote from Detective Pikachu. It was in the trailers and stuff where he's like, that's twisty. That's very twisty. Because not only does that describe that movie very well, because man, so many things I wasn't expecting in that movie. Like, I'd be like, oh, this is going to happen. I'd be like, whoa, it didn't. But life has all those crazy twists and turns and things too. And you never know how anything's going to go. And sometimes some of the worst things actually lead to some of the best things, because that's been a lot of things, because like I've been losing so much lately, like I lost Spooky, and it just feels like my world's been, I'm about to lose my apartment here soon, and just been feeling like the wall's been falling in on me. But it's like, what, this is even less and less reasons for me to stay in Illinois. It's giving me more and more reasons to take off. It's breaking me away from the things that I don't want to break away from more and more. So I'm pretty much going to get to the point where I think something's actually there's going to be like some crazy storm's going to come and literally pick me up and leave and dump me in Texas at this point, I think is what's eventually going to happen if I don't get down there. But the real crazy thing is I'm still not getting the financial stuff to get the money to move to Texas. Because even with like having full-time job, I still have to find a place. I mean, if I can barely afford a $500 apartment in Freeport, how am I going to afford like an $800 apartment in Texas? And unless I make a butt ton more money, which I don't know how that's going to work. But it is cool because now like I have 2 jobs that I can actually take and transfer to Texas with me. So I'm kind of getting to the point where once I can figure out a place I can afford, once I get the $2,000 for the actual move, first month rent deposit, and maybe a little bit of extra, I can go. So now I'm actually looking at like, what would that maybe be, like $5,000? Where's my phone? Let's see. See. Of course, like I said, I have no idea how the crap I'm going to get that, or to be able to get it like before I turn 40, because at this rate, it's going to take me like years. So 800 times, let's just say 3 plus 2,000. Yeah, first month rent deposit and second month rent plus the cost of moving is, well, here you go. Because let's just do this math. It's parentheses, 800, 8,000. There you go. It's a lot of money. Times 3 plus 2,000 is, there you go. See, there's my first month and first 2 months of rent and deposit, or if they make you do first and last month rent, because some places make you do that. And we should have college towns for some reason. And $2,000 for the physical move. It is a total of $4,400. So throw in another month of rent or just random money would be $5,200, $5,200. So that's pretty cool. It's a lot less money. It's a lot less than, $8,000 to $10,000, but it's still a lot of money. Because the one thing I kind of wanted to do when I moved down there was like have like a week of not having to work, just unless I'm starting a job already. Because again, if Funimation hires me for this writing job, holy hell, I'm taking it. I will live in a car to do that job. I don't care. I will do it. Yeah, like I'll make it happen. I don't care. But I'm still gonna make it happen. I just have no freaking idea how I'm gonna get that money right now. So yay! I mean, granted, I still have a couple years of paying off my car, And I'm actually after I move, my car insurance might go down because I'll be living in a smaller town. It wasn't much of a difference. It was like $60 difference between having it be my dad's address and my address here in Rockford. So it's not going to be like hundreds of dollars less, but I forgot about that. That'll help. That'll definitely help. Yay! I don't know if it'll kick in for what's due in it's what's due in January. So it might actually. I might look out. I'll have to look into that. Yay, I forgot about that. Woohoo! But of course, when I move to Texas, my car insurance is gonna go wee because there's a new sound effect. Because I'm gonna be in a much higher metro area, much highly populated car driving area. So then it's gonna go up. So that's gonna suck. I'm pretty sure I can't lie about living in a different state. Towns an hour apart from each other, maybe. Different states 15 hours away from each other, probably not. So anyways, I need to stop yammering. I need to get my food going. I did think of some more stuff for writing last night that I actually wasn't planning on doing, but Drunks and Anime are getting quite a lot of a backstory stuff. It's fun and it's awesome, and I do love them. I hate to say it, I might like anime for a character a little bit more than Saiyana. Saiyana gets to do more cool fighting stuff, but I'm just loving this story stuff. So, but yeah, on that Wattpad thingy, the first part of the first chapter of Lapis and Lazuli and Android backstory is up there to read for free. So check it out. I'm going to try to link everything down below too. So, and again, I'm on Discord, so people want to hit me up on Discord. That I'll do. I don't care if I know you in person or you're a Twitter follower. That one I'll probably accept you on it, depending on who you are. Some of you guys come on a little too strong for my personality, so you need to like tune it down a bit. Simmer down now. Can't remember where that's from, but I've been quoting it a lot lately. So anyways, yes, I'm done talking. All the blah 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 blahs are over. So thanks for watching this, especially like I said, that one little person that's been claiming has been watching the entire time, and although nobody said hi, I'm gonna make my food. I'm gonna go to work today. I'm gonna hopefully not stay up freakishly late again tonight. I don't know why, since my roommates left, like I haven't gone to bed before like 2:00 in the morning at all. Last night I totally intended on it, and then I don't know, it just didn't happen. But because I have to work like noon to 4 tomorrow, and I have a bunch of garb to make this week before Oktoberfest next week. I'd like to go to Oktoberfest. I'm excited. I have no idea how I'm affording food for that either, but somehow I will. I get to see my friends. I get to go camping. I'm probably gonna freeze to death at night, but I get to go camping. I love camping. Camping's fun. I get to go camping and watch my friends hit each other with bats during the day and then hang out around campfires with them at night. So that's pretty awesome. So I might have to take that Friday off. I probably will take that Friday off for Fan Art Friday just because I don't know who to post. Which actually it's the first Friday in October, so it kind of doesn't make a difference, but I don't know. Who did I do for bad guys this year? Last year I did Frieza, Cell, the bad versions of Boo, the bad Boos like Super Boo and Kid Boo and stuff like that. Or all the Boos. I didn't really focus on. Good Boo got his own week recently. And then I did Zamasu for Super. So I don't really know who else I can do for bad guys, because who else really are bad guys? Like I hit like what I feel like is the main. I guess I could do like Dragon Ball bad guys, like get like Tao on there and stuff. I don't know. If anybody's got ideas, let me know, because I'm kind of like, I don't know. But anyways, I'm going to stop talking because I've been saying that for like 5 minutes now. So thanks for watching this. I hope everybody's doing well and taking care and being their nerdy selves, not getting hit up by bugs. So yeah, check out my stuff. Be awesome. All that. Take care. And as always, peace. And I like that. Thanks for listening. Again, take care. Peace. Yes. I'm going to go